Hey guys, welcome to Module 4, Verbal and Nonverbal Communication. So this week's video, I'm going to talk about some upcoming assignments, your first exam, and answer a question that you guys had over the weekend. So first off, let me just answer that question right from the get-go. So I had a couple of people email me wondering about the initial post that I talked about in a recent announcement. As you guys know, I've told you this from day one in my announcements, and it's also on the syllabus. So when you start your discussion post, you must make sure that you post your initial post on Wednesday, the latest. So Wednesdays by 11:59 p.m. you must post your initial post so that you can get all points for your discussion post. So what do I mean by initial post? So for this past week, your initial post would have been you posting your visual identity collages on Wednesdays. So after that, after Wednesday is when you are able to post your responses to your peers. So that will be due by Sunday. But you must first post your initial post, which would be whatever your discussion post calls for your assignment to be. So with that being said, your discussion post for number 2 will be due your initial post on Wednesday, and then your responses to your peers by Sunday, by 11:59 p.m. on Sundays. So make sure that you complete these on time. This has been told to you from day one on your announcements, your video announcements, which I hope most of you guys are watching, and also on announcements that I post, like written announcements. And it has been on your syllabus from day one. So if you don't know where your syllabus is at, go into your Canvas, click on syllabus, and on syllabus you'll see that it has different dates for different assignments. But on there as well, like right above those dates, there's a link to your actual syllabus. If you click on that actual syllabus, it will give you the dates for these initial posts as well as your response posts. So this has been given to you from day one. So if you're not posting on time, just make sure to go through this syllabus so that you know when everything is due, because this one has the actual dates of when everything is due. It has the dates on when your initial post is due and your response posts are due. So for last week, the initial posts were due by the 12th. With that being said, it was due by 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday last week, and then your response is due by 11:59 p.m. on Sundays. So make sure that you're looking at this so that you get full points for everything, and make sure that you're turning everything in on time. Okay, so for this week, you guys don't have a lot of assignments due this week because you have your first exam. Yay! So for this week, you will have to, do the usual, look at the content. So once you look at the content, you will complete the assignments. So first off, you'll read the verbal and nonverbal video. You'll watch that video, sorry. You'll then take quiz number 2, which will include your chapters 3 and 4 from the book, and then chapter 3 from the CIA. So go over those as well. Then you will complete your discussion post number 2, which, as I said earlier, is due by 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday, your initial post, and then your response is due by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. After that, you will finally get to your first exam. And your first exam will contain modules 1 through 4. So unit 1, that's unit 1. And so make sure that you check when the opening date for that is and when the close date is, because you have a few days to take this exam. It is open note, but it is timed, so I would recommend, as I've said earlier in earlier videos, for you to complete your exam review sheet, which is under the exams tab on your Canvas page. And so the exam itself opens on the 20th at 6 a.m. and then it closes on the 24th at 11:59 p.m. So it gives you plenty of time to complete that exam. Make sure that you fill the exam review sheet out and that you use this if you want to use any notes for your exam. Because if you just go in and don't have like a lot of stuff written down and you just rely on the time to like go over the book and go through pages, it's just going to take a long time. And even though it's open note, you might run out of time if you do this. So I would suggest completing that page. Other than that, I would just say to start talking with your groups under your discussion posts, as I said in my last video. So make sure that you're talking with everybody whenever you start like commenting on their posts. Start talking about what you want to work on for your peer projects. I told you guys last week that you should start creating a page in your discussions in order to start communicating with each other about what you want your topic to be and how you want to communicate, how you want to keep in contact with each other, whether that is a Google Doc or a GroupMe or something like that. So you should be talking with your group members already. You should already have gotten to know them a little bit with your visual identity collages, and if you commented on their collages, then you should, have a little bit of a conversation going on. So this should be like that should have been like a little start to get you guys to get into conversation and start talking about your projects. So other than that, just don't forget that your exam opens on Thursday, and then it closes on Monday. So make sure that you complete that exam review sheet. And other than that, just good luck on your first exam. You guys will do great. Have a great week.